So how to meet someone without entering into the game of, creating a story about yourself and in that way appearing good or acceptable or great even, So I think the first and easiest way is to somewhat, go against your own natural tendency to express yourself and whatever you are doing and whatever you have achieved or whatever problems you have over, reduce that and first of all inquire about the other, and see, what they like to express and go with that. And maybe within their story there'll be a similarity to something that you yourself have experienced, whether now or maybe some time ago, and so then you can talk also a little bit more in that way, no? Trying to appear normal, as you said, no? Not trying to be too weird. But of course, if you have more than a casual talk with somebody, and it's a friend, and that friend will want to know how you are doing. Otherwise, you'll feel you're closing yourself, for him or her. So then, okay, we talk to our friends about ourselves, and the main thing there is that whatever we then say about ourselves, we do not attach any real importance to it. You're just expressing whatever is going on, even, maybe talking about some feeling you have or have had, which was not so pleasant, something which happened, or I don't know, within the family, at work or whatever, and you express your feeling about it, but in a way that is detached, meaning you're not attaching anything more importance to it than that these things happened. So you avoid making an ego issue out of it. You avoid trying to, from these things that happened or did not happen, get some kind of idea about yourself and who you are and how good you are or how pitiful you are or whatever you are, that who am I, question, which is such an essential question in Advaita Vedanta and, in yoga in general. That question, you try not to answer it. You try not to get into it. Only this happened, that happened. Then that feeling was there, and then another feeling was there. So then you are sharing, you are expressing, you might from that even, I don't know, get some good advice or a similar experience they had, or, you are communicating, but you are avoiding to attach any importance to any of these things when it comes to who am I. Because that's the main thing, no? There's nothing wrong with doing things, with feeling things, with trying things. That's life. That's, if you stop doing all that, then you might as well die, it's no use. So these things are life. The only little problem is there of identification. And this little problem of identification, of trying to find value for who you are in whatever happened, in whatever was experienced, in whatever was felt or achieved. That is the only problem that is there. Because anyhow, all these things which happened, they only happened in a moment. So if there was any truth to it, it was only in that moment. But that moment already passed. If yesterday I took my guitar and it went great, that doesn't mean that today I take my guitar and it'll go great. So that's the subtle but very important difference. And if people who are a little bit sensitive see you do that, or see you not do that, especially. That'll make you a very nice person to them. And they may also feel less of the need to talk about themselves in that way. Just casually, I would say. Whatever happened, whatever maybe you're planning to do, or no. Don't get into the who am I. It's a totally useless question. No? There is no individual. No? Only maybe in the moment. No? But then in the moment, in the now, what is there is there. It's not to be doubted. No? When we start doubting about ourselves, we're more like doubting towards the future or something. No? Are we going to manage? Anything can happen. Future anyhow is a huge unknown, and whatever talent we have today, we might lose it. We might get Alzheimer, whatever. So there's no need. But okay, that question, that desire to know, that desire to like have some preferably positive fixed idea about ourselves is natural. It comes from existential fear. No? That is where the ego is born. Awareness and mind, they are the two players, let's say. No? Because ego is actually not a player. No? The ego is not existing. There is mind who has all these senses and all this information and all these, experiences, and there is the awareness. And the awareness has no problem, it's just aware. No? But the mind is aware of the awareness, and it identifies with it, of course, and then it wants to know, but who am I? It is a fear. I think in a child this, is also described how this comes, no? Very young child, it does not have such an ego, no? It's just very naturally like responding to whatever is going on. But at some age, depends a little bit who you're talking to, but I would say around 1, 2, 3, let's say it's just a process, it's not one moment, but just imagine it would be one moment. Then you have that child who suddenly looks at this body and at his mom and his dad and itself and realizes, oh, I am an individual. Who am I? Am I good? Am I not good? Sometimes my mom says I'm not good. So that is what we are all still struggling with. The same thing which started there. It's a fear. And then what is there to be afraid of? Actually nothing, no? Because you don't exist. So it's like a phantom, no? This whole story. It's like a fata morgana in the desert, no? It's an illusion. So the only thing we can do is be natural in this moment. Respond. Act, okay? That's also a response for whatever comes out of us, no? Of this subconscious, no? Whatever desire is there. Just naturally work with that. And don't ask us any of these fundamental questions, actually. Unless, okay, to find the real answer on who am I. And then we come to the unlimited potential of the self and the fact that we are all one and connected, and nothing happens actually to that. So no problem really is there, and all else is an illusion. I mean, okay, that is worthwhile to go into. But most people who ask themselves, who am I? They are looking for something else, for something to hold on to, some insurance. But okay, also a little bit natural, so don't blame yourself if you see yourself doing that. But if you see yourself doing that, try anyhow to relax, no? And avoid it, and just play. To make it into anything else is such a recipe for unhappiness. And when I say it's anything more than a game, so then it becomes very serious. So then whatever desire you have, whatever job you have, whatever objective you have, it becomes very serious. So you cannot fail. No? Then, you become a perfectionist. And those are the most unhappy people. No? Because life isn't perfect. Life isn't made to be perfect. If it would be perfect, we talked about that before, it would basically cease to exist. No? Because then all the colors, you can say, would become white. What is then there to see? Okay. But again, this is something where our thoughts, our thinking, our insights can help us. But essentially, it is on the level of feeling that we have to solve this, so that we can really let go of this fear and be in bliss and happiness, and then this tendency will not be there.